morning class. Today we are going to start with a very special topic, that is map work of North America. In the last class you people remember that I told you when the session will end, means when the explanation portion will be over, then I will give you one class especially for map work. Reason why? Because in the previous semester examination bundles which we got to check, I came to know that when I was going through, I came across various small mistakes which I have seen, and the map, it was completely not okay. There were many mistakes. You were unable to understand how to mark a river. You were not able to understand how you are going to mark a lake and a desert, a plateau, and many more. Okay, so this class is just for map work. May I request everyone to please take out your notebook, pen, pencil, whatever, in order to first of all note down that what are all the names which we are going to practice today. Okay, so I am writing down the names here on the board, and simultaneously you people note it down as well. Okay, starting with the first thing is number 1, Rockies. This will be the first name. Second name is Mount McKinley. Third, River Mississippi. Next is Isthmus of Panama. Isthmus of Panama. Then fifth one, it will be St. Lawrence River. Next one will be Hudson Bay. Seventh, it will be Gulf of Mexico. Next one, it will be eighth, River Mackenzie. Ninth, it will be Lake Superior. Lake Superior. 10th, Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan. 11th, Lake Huron. 12th, Labrador Plateau. 13th, Alaska Range. 14th, Canadian Shield. 15th, Piedmont Plateau. These are the 15 names which we are going to practice today, one by one. Okay, so first of all, if we are saying this mountain Rockies, Okay, if you are turning your page to page number 110, if you are seeing that this is the shape of western portion of North America. So where is the Rockies? Here is the location of Rockies. Okay, you are going to mark it with one straight line with the help of pencil first, and then you are going to write here Rockies. Clear? And then you have to highlight this line with which color? Brown color. Mountains are always highlighted with brown color. Okay. Now next one is Mount McKinley. Now just above Rockies there is one small curve like shape, if you are able to see. Okay, if you are able to see, there is a curve like shape, and here becomes your what? Mount McKinley. Okay, here is the location of Mount McKinley. Now River Mississippi. If you are seeing, just I am giving you a very brief diagram. If you are seeing this arc, where is our Gulf of Mexico? At the very bottom of North America. You will observe there are basically two rivers originating. One from this side and another from straight towards north. From south straight towards north. So the river which is originating from south towards north, this is only your River Mississippi. This particular river. Okay, this particular river becomes what? Your River Mississippi. Now what is the next one? Isthmus of Panama, the place where North America is joining South America. There is one very narrow place is given. If you are seeing it, it is somewhat like this manner. Okay, and there it is our Isthmus of Panama. Clear? That is where, that is what? Isthmus of Panama. Now next is River St. Lawrence. If you are looking to your book, okay, and I would request you to turn to page number 108. If you are turning to page number 108, you will be able to see River St. Lawrence. If you are saying Atlantic Ocean where Bermuda Islands are given, 30-degree angle. Okay, if you are moving straight towards its north, you will find that there is a shape like this manner. Let me tell you how. Here, if you are seeing it, it is somewhat drawn like this manner. Clear? And if you are seeing this edge where it is going very downward, here is only our what? River St. Lawrence. Okay, if you are going to look at the book very clearly, it is very clearly visible. Okay, it is not that much difficult, it is very easy pinpointing it. Then sixth one is our Hudson Bay. If you are seeing at the north portion of North America, you will observe there are certain shapes drawn like this manner. Okay, and just below it only your Canadian shield is there. Okay, so this gap is what? This gap is only our Hudson Bay. Okay, very simple, very easy. Then Gulf of Mexico. Now this is the arc portion at the north. There is one another arc portion. Just now I have drawn River Mississippi, if you people remember. Okay, so this is the arc in the south side. The arc is are what? Gulf of Mexico. Okay, the northern arc is Hudson Bay, the southern arc is Gulf of Mexico. Clear? Now we are coming towards where? River Mackenzie. Now let me show you how and where. At the north portion of North America, if you people are saying, there is small islands are given, okay, where Arctic Ocean is there especially. Okay, Arctic Ocean, just below it, if you are coming, you will be seeing Beaufort Sea. Okay, coming more southwards, you will find it is written Cape Bathurst. Just below Cape Bathurst, there is a portion given like this manner. Okay, and from there one river is coming. Clear? That becomes your what? That becomes River Mackenzie. It becomes what? River Mackenzie. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now if we are coming to Lake Superior, let me show you how. If you people have noted down this particular portion, then I am rubbing it so that I can show you the map more accurately over here. That side space is not that much. Just a minute. Okay, so what we are going to see now? We are going to see now Lake Superior. Okay, if you are seeing the Canadian Shield on the same page, and page number 108. What is the page? Page 108. Okay, in page 108 itself, you will see there are, a tree-shaped lakes are given like this manner. Here one like this, then like this, somewhat like this. It's a very rough diagram. Okay, if you are looking a similar thing in your book, it will be very clear to you people. Now what we are going to do this, in this we have to find three lakes: Lake Superior, Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. Okay, so about Lake Superior, if you are seeing the eastern portion, okay, sorry, the western portion, if you are seeing the western portion, the lake which is completely flanked out over here, this particular portion, that becomes our Lake Superior. You'll write here L dot Lake Superior. Alright, now after this what? If you are seeing, let me tell you, the downward portion lake, here, this one, little bit down, this becomes what? Lake Michigan. Okay, Lake Michigan. Now the eastern side, okay, this was the left side, this was the south side, and now the right side. Basically this becomes your what? Lake Huron. Okay, so these are the three lakes, which is very easy to identify. Very easy to identify. You just need to apply little bit attention to it. Okay, now what we are going to see next? We are going to see Labrador Plateau. Now where is this Labrador Plateau? So you people remember I drew this thing, Hudson Bay, like this manner. Here was what? Hudson Bay. Clear? Now the land portion which is arising like this manner. Okay, from here only our St. Lawrence River was coming, if you remember. Okay, so what will be the answer? This particular portion. This particular portion will be what? Labrador Plateau. Understood? It is very clear. Alright. Now, this becomes what? Labrador Plateau. Now, what else we are going to see? Alaska Range. I hope you people remember where I have drawn Rockies and where I have drawn Mount McKinley. Alright. In this, what will happen? This is the portion of North America, western part. Like this way, it is bulged out. Okay? You remember I drew Rocky Mountains like this way, then a curved portion like this way. It was what? Mount McKinley. Alright? This particular portion was Rocky Mountains. It was Mount McKinley. Now, where is our Alaska Range? This extension you are seeing, draw one line over here and that becomes your what? Alaska Range. That becomes what? Alaska Range. Clear? Now, what is the next thing which we have to study? That is our Canadian Shield. Now, for Canadian Shield, what we have to do? We have to see only the northern portion of North America. Okay, from where our Mount McKinley is there, Alaska Range is there, then Hudson Bay is there, then Labrador Plateau is there. Okay, it forms a belt-like structure, like, curve-like structure, like this manner. Alright, so this particular portion only becomes our what? Canadian Shield. Canadian Shield. This is the portion where it becomes what? Canadian Shield. Okay. Now, what is the last one? We are going to see where is our Piedmont Plateau. So, let's have a look where it is. If you are seeing this particular portion from where our St. Lawrence River was originating and this curve, you remember it, okay? From here only our river Mississippi was originating, alright? And you are seeing this curve, this particular portion, okay? What it is just above it, okay? It is a curve-like structure like this man. Okay, then it is going further northward. Now, what will happen? Here, the curve, the bulgy portion, okay, that becomes our what? Piedmont Plateau. Okay, so these are the 15 names which you have to practice again and again so that your map works become completely 100%. Okay, now there are few more guidelines regarding colors. Okay, people, when you have marked the map work in your examination, I came across that you used various colors, even purple, pink. That colors is not there in the map work. There are few basic colors which we always use. First of all, for water bodies, we always use blue color. Any water body, either it is lake or ocean or river or bays, isthmus, everything. Whatever is there in water body portion, it will be always marked with blue color. Second, marking any plain area. Okay, it should be always marked with green color. Alright. Third, mountains or ranges, we always mark with brown color. Okay, it is also having its own importance, it is also having its own significance, and there is two ways how you can mark mountain or a range. Either you can denote it with the help of triangle, you just draw it with a black pen, color it, fill this gap with brown color, give it an arrow, write the mountain name. Okay, and if you are marking range such as your Mount McKinley, Alaska range, not about Mount McKinley, Alaska range or Rockies, you are drawing a line like this way. Okay, either you draw it with brown pencil color, or first of all you draw it with black pen, then highlight it with brown color. Okay, so that is how our mountain ranges is marked with which color? Brown color. Now fourth, if we are marking desert, it should be always with yellow color. Desert is always marked with yellow color. Fifth important thing, that is plateau. It is always marked with orange color. Okay, so water bodies marked with blue color, plains should be marked with green color, mountains should be marked with brown color, desert should be marked with yellow color, and plateaus should be marked with orange color. So these are the basic guidelines of how to do a map for, especially the coloring. Okay, now one more thing, whenever you are marking a river, okay, suppose this is the direction of a river flowing, okay, and you are writing here name, say for an example river Mississippi only. Okay, what I have seen that you people shade the name of the river. If you are shading the name of the river, what is happening? The location becomes wrong. Okay, you need to highlight this particular line with blue pencil color. Okay, but think little bit changes when we are marking lake and ocean or seas or isthmus or bay. At that point, what you can do, you are writing, say for an example, yes, this was the location of what? Hudson Bay. Here is the only exception where you can shade the names. Same thing can be applied in lake also. Okay, you remember I drew lakes. Okay, here was our Lake Superior, here was our Lake Huron, and here was Lake Michigan. In this case also you can just shade the area with blue color and write the name with black ink, black gel pen or blue gel pen also you can use it. Clear? So this is how you are going to mark rivers, lakes, oceans and other water bodies. Now if you are coming to plains, same thing you can do. You are allowed to shade the name. You can shade the name, no problem in that. Desert, same thing. Plateau, same thing. Only what we need to remember is while we are marking a river, don't shade the name of the river, shade the place. Only in this thing we need to, keep little bit these things in mind. And if we are marking a range, in that particular point, if you are marking a range, a line and highlight it with brown color, or a triangle, color it with brown color, write it down with an arrow, the name of that mountain. That's it. Now, I hope this entire map work was clear to you people. Okay, I hope this class was informative to you people, and let me see what else I can say on this. there are few things which you need to know. You just need to turn to page number 116. In 116 you will find there is a worksheet where outline map of North America it's already printed. You just need to take out the Xerox copy, mark all the 15 names and shade it in the map itself. Okay, so thank you for today's class. Thank you so much.